So here I am at the office. Finally, the contractor looks like he got a different team here to fix the mess that the first team did. Look at this. I mean, this is horrible here. They sound like they know what they're doing, so we'll see what happens. So you guys got a few days of work here, huh?
Yeah.
And then they just dropped the tile off.
Yeah, if you were doing math.
Oh, if you were doing meth, then you'd get faster? So a lot of you know that I've been having issues with the contractor. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for the advice that says to go get an attorney. So now, here's the experience that I have when I get an attorney. First, we called one of the biggest firms in Orlando, and the recording is on here. So you'll see that they don't even want to take the case because it's not big enough. So in my opinion, you call the biggest firm and you willing to pay for it, and you figure they have a good name, they have a big name, and maybe you'll scare the guy a little bit. It's not a big enough case for that firm. So you don't call a big firm. Okay, so then what happens? So then you call a smaller firm. You call the smaller firm. Yeah, so Mila spent 10 minutes maybe on the phone explaining to them what's going on. But what happens? He says, sure, come on in. It's $290 for the consultation. Then, if you decide that you want us to take care of the case for you, it's another $2,500 as a retainer for them to deal with the case. So, the first firm, it's not big enough for them to deal with. The second firm, I got to pay $300 for the first, well, $290 for the first meeting, then another $2,500 for the retainer. So what are we looking at? We're looking at almost $3,000 for a $9,600 job. The guy, I owe the contractor I owe the contractor $2,400. That's what my balance is for the contractor for him to finish all the work. So financially, does it make sense to pay an attorney $3,000 in order to get who knows what? Because the first firm that we called, which is one of the biggest firm, basically, a case is not big enough for them. How much money can this attorney possibly get me back? He's not going to get me back more than $3,000. I mean, who knows what he's going to get me back? But $3,000, I'm already minimum in the hole to get an attorney. Then, what's he going to get me back? $4,000, $5,000? Who knows? Okay, great. So that pays for the attorney fees. What I came up with is I'm going balls to the wall after this guy's license. Like he said, he's been doing this for 20, 25 years, I think he said. I'm going after his license. This guy does not deserve to have a contractor's license. So, thank God I can go towards the board, the Department of Business and Professional Regulations, and I'm gonna go balls to the wall after this guy's license so he can't do this to anybody else anymore. Then there's this chapter 558. I have to go by that. I have to give him the opportunity to either fix it, pay for it, whatever that happens to be. So tomorrow, hopefully next day or two, Mila and I are gonna sit back and we're gonna make a list of what's wrong and what needs to be fixed and give him a timeline to fix it. I guess Florida law legally, I have to do that. Here's the chapter right there. I'll post that up right there so you guys can read what it says on your own. In the meantime, you know that I've been recording all this stuff. You know that I have a good record of it. Well, I have a record of it. It's just not organized. So now over the next few days or so, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna organize it so I can present it to the board. And this guy, he's not fit to have a contractor's license. The board's gonna give him X amount of time. I think it's 30 days to respond to that. But as far as for having him to finish the work, that chapter 558, I have to have a meeting with him in the office. So I'm gonna give him 5 days from the receipt of the certified letter to meet us in the office. And then I guess we'll determine from then on how much time I'm gonna give him to fix the office. And then if we're not happy with that deal, then at that point, then I can get an attorney or whatever it is. But like we figured out today, it doesn't make sense to get an attorney. So what else is there to do? Well, there's small claims court. Small claims court, I don't need an attorney. I could get up to $5,000. $5,000, that's fair enough. I mean, I gave him $7,000. Let's say he did $2,000 worth of work already or whatever it is. I don't know. How much is it going to cost me to finish the place? Who knows? But whatever. What am I trying to say here? Small claims court is up to $5,000. I think the best way to handle this is to do whatever Chapter 558 says. Go after his license, balls to the wall. He needs to lose his license. Then we're gonna go to small claims court and see what I can get back. But I can't do anything until I work on that Chapter 558 letter, certified letter that I have to send to him. But meanwhile, here's the phone call that I made to one of the biggest firms in Orlando. This is how you deal with big firms, I guess. The small firms want to take your money. Sure, give me $3,000 and we'll probably do nothing for you. The big firm, we don't have time for you. That's not enough for us. We need bigger cases. You listen to this tape, you tell me what you think dealing with big firms.
Thank you for calling. This is speaking. What type of case can I assist you with today?
This is a construction, I guess a contractor for a commercial construction site.
And so I'm so sorry to hear about this. Are you calling on behalf of yourself or someone else?
Myself.
Okay. Have we contacted you or have you contacted us before?
No. I found you, well, I mean, I live in Orlando, so obviously you guys are big. I'm recording this for my own purpose also here, so just so, I guess.
That's okay.
Okay, no, I found you online, I guess.
Okay. Then what is your legal first and last name?
Paul Zott, S-Z-O-T-T.
Thank you, sir. Just to make sure I have your name spelled correctly, it's P as in Paul, A-U-L. Last name S as in Sam, Z as in Zebra, O, double T as in Tom?
Correct.
I'm looking at a phone number on my call ID. It's a 407-206?
Yep, cell phone.
Do you have an alternate number you can provide?
My wife's cell phone.
What would that be?
4075.
Just to make sure I have that correct. 407-5. What is your wife's name?
Mila, M-I-L-A.
M-I-L-A.
Correct.
Can you have an email address? I do see here that you've contacted us before. It looks like about 3 years ago. Just to verify, you have an email address. It's yahoo.com?
Correct.
Okay, and you reside in Orlando, Florida?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And your date of birth. Can you please verify that for me?
10/25/68. I feel like I'm calling the IRS or something.
10/25/68. Yeah, I was just verifying just to make sure this was you. Let me just update this information. And you did say you contacted or you found out about us through billboards?
Online. I mean, you're all over. You're on the news. You're on everything. So.
What city and state did the incident occur in?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, okay. And when did this begin?
This case?
Yes.
November.
Do you remember the day?
Guesstimating the 18th of November.
2015?
Correct.
And can you please tell me what problem you're having?
Oh, a whole bunch of problems. Misled us on the contract. On the contract, it says that the contractor will provide all the plans and all the necessary. I'm pulling it up right now.
Who's going to provide all of the materials you needed?
Hold on, I'm sorry here. On the contract, it says that the contractor shall furnish a plan and scale drawing showing the shape, size, dimensions. Long story short, after this fact, he introduces us to a $6,000 architect.
And what happened?
Then, so I said to him, I read him that Article 11, Chapter 2 in his contract, and it says, and the construction and equipment specification for home improvements. Well, long story short, he said, that's for home improvements. This is a commercial job, so you owe the architect. Then he told us that he doesn't need an architect. He doesn't need plans. He doesn't need building permits. But we do need them. I mean, he just misled us in so many different things, I guess. And I do have it all recorded on audio and video.
So now we paid 80%.
So we paid 80% of of the job, and the job's only 10% done. And the walls are falling down, falling apart. Now, nobody's working. He's had 3 separate homeless subcontractors in there. So now it's over 2 months, and I can't even get him to return a message.
And what was the monetary loss involved with this?
Well, I mean, I'm a dentist, and he told me it's going to take 2 months to do this. And so whatever a dentist makes monthly, I don't know how you...
It might be a guess.
I'm sorry?
Maybe a estimate, maybe?
Per month?
And it was for 2 months?
Well, for a month. Well, 2 months. It started in the middle of November. He said it's going to take 2 months to do, so November, December, January. So now we're actually working on, like, whatever it is, 2 weeks late, but the place is not even close to being done, and he's not responding to me. And there's
you've lost approximately $1,000?
Well, no, now it's only 2 weeks late, I guess you can call it, so whatever. But it's going to take longer because he's still way behind, and he's not even responding to my messages, anything I ask him. I can't, he's threatened me with breach of contract when I wanted to hire somebody else to finish the job. They said it's only going to take me, a little over a week to finish, but he's threatening me on breach of contract.
And you're a business owner, correct?
Yeah, I'm a dentist.
Okay, and what's the name of your practice?
Well, the new one is going to be Orlando Dentist and Denture Lab, LLC.
And what's the name of the company of the person who's building this for you?
LLC.
Do you believe they have insurance coverage?
I mean, he's supposed to. He's a licensed contractor.
You don't have a previous attorney for this case, and nothing was settled, correct?
Correct.
Thank you, sir. And sir, may I please send a brief hold? I just want to speak to my supervisor about this, and I'll be right back.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you for holding. I appreciate your time and patience. I did want to ask you, how much was it that you paid him already? How much is the job complete?
The job complete is $9,600, and I've paid him about. I still owe him another $2,400 if he finishes it. But I mean, it's 10% of the work is done, so 80% is paid and 10% is done. And I know there's a chapter 588 that I can't even find somebody else to do it or sue them or whatever it is, because I gotta send them a registered letter, right, to give them the opportunity to fix all this stuff.
No, yeah. And incomplete. Do you think it's $12,000 that you would have paid him? Let's say you paid him the whole thing. It would have been $12,000.
If I paid him the whole thing, it's $9,600.
$9,600. Thank you, sir. So it's just going to be another moment. I'll be right back, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for holding. I appreciate your time and patience. So after reviewing this information here with my supervisor, unfortunately, it's not a matter that our firm is able to look into further. Of course, that doesn't mean that you don't have a case. But I do want to provide you with a phone number so that you're able to get some help. Do you have a pen and paper available?
Yes, I do.
Okay. The phone number is going to be 800 342
Okay.
8060.
And what is that number for?
That's going to be to the Florida Bar. They can refer you to a specialized attorney who could possibly assist you with this.
Florida bar. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Not big enough for you guys, huh?
Unfortunately, it would be something that we weren't able to look into further, sir. I do apologize.
All right. Thank you.
All right. My pleasure. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.